don't judge a book by its cover. Should that maxim be applied to the Kia Tasman? Because a lot has been said about this ute, most of it negative, and let's be real, it ain't pretty.
Burn it! Send it to hell!
But before I take a steaming dump on the Tasman design from a very great height, let me be clear. I think this vehicle will be very competitive across all measurable metrics. But the shellacking this vehicle's design has gone through is, well, warranted. The front wheel arches look weird and they appear to have no utility, so why are they there? And look, this is just my opinion, but I think the Ford Ranger and even the BYD Shark 6 utes have better optics. Anyway, based on the thousands of comments we've seen on our videos of this vehicle and all the other videos and stories across the digisphere, it's fair to say that Kia has missed the mark on this one. In fact, on the scale of visually repulsive car design over the decades, with, say, the mid-1990s Ford Taurus at the top and the SsangYong Corando in the middle, I reckon the Tasman is somewhere below those, maybe slightly above that god-awful Chrysler PT Cruiser convertible. Quick question for you, what is the ugliest car you've ever laid eyes on? Bang your answer into the comments below, but for me, it's a three-way tie between an American, a European, and an Aussie. But it was the era that really made me retch, the mid-1990s. The 1998 Fiat Multipla was a god-forsaken mess. And then you've got the 1995 Oldsmobile Aurora, which kind of looks like it's just melting. And from Australia, bless, you have the 1998 Ford Falcon AU, and all these vehicles were a great way to just flush money down the toilet. So getting back to the Kia Tasman, and although I feel slightly less in a rage when I look at it now, it's had several months to just steep away there, I still feel like it was an opportunity missed for the brand because Kia has designed some very, very attractive cars over the years. They made people movers look cool. They made SUVs look rugged, and they made EVs look, okay, that's a bad example. They look like EVs. But believe it or not, when I spoke to a few Kia execs recently, they weren't too worried about all this negativity around the design. And they actually said the narrative is starting to change, and they've got some data to back this up. So the vehicle arrives in Aussie showrooms mid-2025, and they said they have more than 20,000 expressions of interest. Granted, that's not 20,000 pre-orders, and pricing will be crucial, especially when you've got vehicles like the Shark 6 circling, and that is very sharply priced. But what it shows is that there are customers out there who have faith in this product. Kia Australia's Chief Operating Officer will probably be fired if the Tasman is a flop. But when I spoke to him recently at the Kia K4 launch, he was very upbeat. I mean, he's paid to be, and he has to be. It wouldn't be great if he came out and said, yeah, we botched the design, no one's gonna buy it, move on. Anyway, here's what he told me, and I quote, I think the narrative has certainly changed in terms of that social media space. There's a lot of noise around it, and the feedback that came through was based on what people have seen online. No one's actually seen the car in the metal, so I think most definitely the marketplace is warming towards it. We'll know soon enough, but the Tasman is going to have to be a class-leading product in pretty much every respect if it's going to drag buyers away from the Toyota Hiluxes and the Ford Rangers, both of which are currently the top-selling utes in Australia. Kia Australia's COO argued that the Tasman's exterior styling was more about being different than instantly attractive, and here's what else he told me. It was designed to stand out rather than be another Me Too vehicle. And what's the adage? When you spot a new car at point of design, if you really embrace it and like it, then it's probably dated because the car's got to go on for a number of years. So we're pretty confident. That's what we call damage control. But the fact is, the Tasman has been extensively tested and calibrated in Australia for Australian conditions, and that won't hurt its sales chances. That's a lot of what helped the Ford Ranger become so popular. It delivered exactly what customers want because it was tested here, and now it's cemented its position in the market. It's dominant, and it's taken a while to do that. So it could happen for the Tasman, but I don't think it's going to happen right away. So despite all the negative commentary around the design, Kia is very positive about this vehicle, and executives confirmed to me that they have benchmarked the Ford Ranger. So they are saying this vehicle will be as good as, if not better, than Ranger in many respects. And their contention is that once they get bums on seats, that munted design will be all but forgotten. But when it comes to buying a new car, aesthetic appeal is the second biggest deciding factor after the purchase price. The question to you guys is, would you buy something that looks like the Tasman over Ford Ranger, the Toyota Hilux, or the Mitsubishi Triton? That is the burning question. But I'm still wondering why Kia didn't leverage its rugged and very popular SUV designs. Stick the front end of something similar to a Sorento or a Telluride on the front of the Tasman. Imagine no more, we fixed it. AI did in 5 minutes what Kia couldn't do in 5 years. Despite all the negative commentary around its polarizing design, Kia executives don't seem too worried about its sales potential. Can it knock the Ranger and the Hilux off their perches? Only time will tell, but it is going to be a fascinating battle as the ute segment really heats up.